Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Tri-Klops. This Tri-Klops is based on the Revelation cartoon series. I have not seen that cartoon series. I don't plan to. I've heard bad things about the story, but the action figures look alright. This particular action figure is a deluxe action figure where we have Tri-Klops here plus some other extra accessories. It looks like it's some clothes or something that we have to put on Tri-Klops to change him from the normal Tri-Klops to the way he appeared in the Revelation cartoon series. So it's a deluxe, and this was released in 2021, and I bought this in a store in 2021. I think I paid full price for it, so probably a bit expensive considering I really just wanted the action figure itself. So here's the front of the package, very nice window box where we can see the action figure and the accessories. It's the only way to buy action figures, so we can at least see what we're getting before we actually get it. And here is the top of the box. Here is the bottom of the box with the manufacturing information and the barcode there. Here is one side of the box with the name, the other side with a picture, and here's the back. Here's a picture, a little mini biography, and a cross sell showing some of the other action figures available. I've already reviewed the Savage, He-Man, and the Faker. The others are in a different wave of action figures. So I will open this up and review the action figure itself in just a moment. Here are the accessories we get with this Tri-Klops action figure. We have a pair of open hands. The other hands that are still on the action figure are weapon gripping hands. So these are nicely sculpted. They have short pegs, and the hinges do work. They're a bit stiff, but they will work. So hopefully with the short pegs, those are not easily broken. So looks okay. We have a sword for Tri-Klops. Looks like a nicely sculpted sword. There's the hilt and the handle, so nicely sculpted and painted. It's a bit pliable, and we have an extra head for Tri-Klops. This one has an extra ceremonial piece on top, and there he has 3 eyes, and this part does turn, and it also turns this way. So that part does work, and it snaps into place. So it looks like a nicely sculpted head there. And here is some kind of robe or a tunic made of a cloth material. It's somewhat transparent or sheer. We can see through it if we look at it through a light. And here the arms go into this part here, and we have a little bit of Velcro on the back to seal it up. So this goes on the action figure. It's not too much like a doll, I think, but if we had plastic pieces, then that would mean the legs couldn't move at all. So at least with the cloth material, the legs can still move and we can still articulate the legs. And here is another shoulder harness piece. This is made of a pliable plastic. Looks like a couple layers of pliable plastic, nicely painted and detailed. Looks very nice. And this part here snaps around the waist, so we can attach it to the waist there. So that'll work. And it has a cape attached to it. the same material as the tunic. Well, no, actually maybe it's a little different. This one is much more transparent. So, looks nice. The inside there, it seems to be the color of the plastic that this was molded in. So in order to attach this, we have to remove the old harness and take off the head and slide this on. So I'll try that later. So interesting pieces of accessory there. Here is the Masterverse Tri-Klops action figure. Let's see how tall this action figure is. According to the tape measure, just a little more than 7 inches tall, or about 18 centimeters tall. So it's a nicely sized action figure. Let's take a look at the details. Here is his head with the 3 eyes, and if we look at the extra head, it looks like the band with the eyes are 2 different colors there. Other than the headdress and the different colors, well, the eye designs are a little bit different too on both of these. So anyway, that's the extra head, and it is just a little bit different from the regular head. Here he has an extra harness or armor piece. This is made of a pliable plastic, and it straps around down here, so it attaches here. So I think we can pull that off. Although to take this off, we might have to take this head off first, so we'll get to that later. And very muscular arms there. Although if we look at the shoulder, there's an extra like technical detail there, more of a cybernetic implant part. So nice extra bit of detail. Although I'm pretty sure it's using the same parts as most of the other action figures, so it's nice that they added an extra detail like that. There are the wrist bracers. We can see the diaphragm cut in there. There's the belt and a furry loincloth. Some muscular legs and boots. Peg holes on the heels of the boots there. Some more details on the back here. So, some nice painting on this extra armor piece or harness there. We have some spikes there. Let's take a look at the articulation. We can look up that much, look down, turn side to side. Oops. Let's grip the head here. Turn the head side to side. A little bit of tilting there. We can turn the visor. The shoulders, we can go out. Not too bad. Push them in. We go around. They are limited by this harness here. Otherwise, I think they'd go all the way around very easily. We have bicep cuts. So that is working. We have double jointed elbows. Goes that far. So that's good. The wrists do turn. The hinges are a bit stiff on these. Maybe that'll loosen up over time. So I'm not going to push too hard. Now the fingers seem to be, feels a bit pliable, like maybe a softer kind of plastic. Here's the diaphragm cut. We can't really bend forward or back. We can kind of wiggle around a little bit. That's about all we can do there. We have a waist cut. So that works. At the hips, we can do the splits there. And kick forward that much. It seems to be limited by this furry loincloth here. Kick back just a little bit. Kick forward that much. Kick back a little bit. We have upper thigh cuts. So that's working. It's working. And we have double jointed knees. This one seems to be just a little more limited there. And we have boot cuts here. So that's working. The ankles, we can go down, very smooth. We can go up. And we have ankle pivot. Actually, all these joints seem to be working for me very nicely. Although they are a bit smooth, very smooth, so I'm worried that they'll get very loose too soon. But other than that, all of the joints are actually working for me. They're not too tight, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy that the joints are working properly right out of the package. Although they are a bit loose, so we'll see what happens over time. Here is Tri-Klops wearing the priestly robes there with his extra head on there. Let's see how tall this version of Tri-Klops is. According to the tape measure, a little more than 8 inches tall, or about 20.5 centimeters tall. So the extra headpiece here makes him taller. It was not too hard to switch out the battle harness here. Here it is. It connects together at one place, so we have to take the head off in order to pull this off. And this robe part, we have to push the legs through and push the arms through, and then use the Velcro to attach it there. This other piece with the cape, it connects in the back, and it's not too tight, so it wasn't too hard. So, well, it looks interesting, but this is Tri-Klops, so I think I prefer the classic look for Tri-Klops. So in my displays and dioramas, I don't think I'll be using this version of Tri-Klops, although it is interesting and would make for an interesting display or diorama. So I'll consider it, but I'm primarily more interested in the original look for Tri-Klops. Here is Tri-Klops next to a pair of 4-inch action figures. On the right is an adventurer from an Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago. On the left is the Fortnite Jonesy action figure by Jazzwares. And I think this Tri-Klops makes a great giant character for the 4-inch scale action figures to battle against in displays or dioramas. Here is Tri-Klops next to a 6-inch action figure on the left, the Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc action figure by Jazzwares. 7-inch action figure on the right is the Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man action figure by Mattel. And it looks like most of the body parts are the same between He-Man and Tri-Klops, although just a little bit different color, but that's okay. And I think Tri-Klops would make a good giant enemy, or larger than normal enemy, for 6-inch scale action figures. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating for this Tri-Klops action figure is okay. However, maybe it's a little more than okay. The joints all worked for me very smoothly, and it is a nice looking action figure. The accessories look interesting, although I think it's a little too doll-like. However, it does look interesting. I could make some nice displays using Tri-Klops as some sort of priestly character with the interesting headgear. So it does look nice, and it's not too hard to use. I'm just not particularly fond of the higher deluxe price tag for this action figure. But at least the joints worked for me, and they're still working properly, although I'm afraid they're going to get loose. So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this action figure. And remember to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.